Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. It's the last day of the season of La Liga. It's week 38. And do you want to be in Atletico's camp or do you want to be in Real Madrid's camp? Real Madrid are at home. Atletico are away. Atletico lead by 2, but a draw's no good for them. I've got Martin and I've got Roman from La Liga Lowdown. Roman, obviously the best of all the La Liga Lowdown boys, even though you and through you a little plus 1,400 last week. Wow, it was amazing. But if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means I'll notify you and you'll never miss any content again. Also, press the link in the description. It will take you over to articles wrote by Martin, Alex, Tan, but every sport that we cover here on SBR Video is accompanied by an article. And there's even articles over there on sports we don't cover on video. Hey, remember, thumbs up, show a little bit of appreciation. And if you want to put some comments in the chat, then do that. Martin, I'll leave you to have a little chat with them because obviously I've got so many things going on here. But first of all, I've got to come to you, Roman. Do Atletico bottle it?
I don't think so. I think Atletico are going to win this league. It's been really tough for them. Lots of ups and downs. For a moment, it seemed like they'd completely lost it, and Barcelona and Real Madrid and even Sevilla were going to catch up with them. But, you know, they've held on. They've been doing what they needed to do. And I think in this last game against Valladolid, they should win it because it's not too much of a complicated game, taking into account how Valladolid have been playing recently. And I believe Atletico will finally win their second La Liga in a long, long time.
Yeah, and Martin, you've got a great game for you because you like Betis and you love Celta, and they're going to play each other on the last day of the season.
They are indeed. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I think both teams are going to score in that. Yeah, I think that should be a really exciting game. Few injury concerns for both teams, as we were talking about before the show began. But I still think we should see a good, open, entertaining game between two teams that have got a similar record this season. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, goals are normally on the cards, but we've got others as well. Maybe Barcelona, they just chuck the towel in, and that means you're going to get value elsewhere. But let's kick straight off with Celta plus 230. The draw is massive at plus 300, and Betis plus 120. And Roman, Betis at plus 120 against maybe an injury-ravaged Celta gives us good value for the away side.
It's definitely good value because, I mean, Betis have been a very reliable team of late. They have drawn a lot of games, but they also have gotten their wins as they're playing good football. They've recovered Borja Iglesias, who's been fundamental for them in these last few games and last few months of football. And overall, I think Betis are a very competitive side. And now the fact is that Celta de Vigo last week were still fighting for a European position, but after Betis, Real Sociedad and Villareal won, they finally lost that opportunity. So now they're not really fighting for nothing except for the fact that they want to win at home, I guess. And it's true that Iago Aspas is doubtful for this game. Although Betis also have a setback with Canales, who's really important in that midfield. He's also going to be unavailable for this match. So I do think Betis are the slight favourites here, and they're also fighting for that European position, as I said, with Real Sociedad and Villareal. So it is an important game for them, and Pellegrini really wants to finish the season with the objective they had in mind, which is definitely Europe.
So maybe it's goals, Martin. Not worry who wins.
Oh, Román, I want to see Iago Aspas in that team. What's wrong with him? I haven't seen this.
Lineup check, Martin. Lineup check,
so
maybe.
Maybe it's a lineup check. I saw a list of potential injuries for Betis and for Celta, and he wasn't included on it. What's wrong with him?
He's doubtful. I mean, he hasn't been discarded completely, but he has some back problems apparently, and he's been training in the gym instead of in the field with the other players, and so they don't know at the moment if he's going to be available.
He'll be there, Martin. He'll be there.
There's only one game left of the season, and then he can have the whole summer to rest his back.
Well, not really. If he gets
he might play Euros.
Yeah, he might get the call up.
I would love it if he played in the Euros. What a talent to have him up front with that midfield behind him for Spain. They could go all the way. But I still think, regardless, we're going to see a good game in this one. Celta are obviously full of confidence after winning 5 on the bounce. Real Betis are on a long unbeaten streak as well, and I think Pellegrini deserves great credit for what he's done at Betis this season because they were a bit of a mess before he took them over. Very creditable finish. I think we'll see both teams getting on the score sheet in this one, but I've also thrown in under 4.5 goals for more value to get plus 115.
Wow.
You could see 1-1, 2-1, something like that.
You don't care as long as both teams score and it stays under 4.5. I mean, it seems great if we're looking at goals. I mean, listen, a 1-1 draw would be lovely as well. Okay, next game is Eibar at plus 390, draw plus 380, and Barcelona at minus 150. Martin, normally you'd see this game. Barcelona minus 325.
Yeah, it's a huge price on Barcelona. Don't really.
It's almost like they're sucking you in. They're like, come on back, Barcelona, because they don't care.
I guess it's because Barcelona's recent results have been so terrible, drawing 3-0 with Levante at a crucial time of the season, losing to Celta. But still, come on, there's a huge golfing class between these teams. This is an Eibar side that are still bottom of the table, that just lost 4-1 to Valencia in a crucial game. And I'm sorry to say for Eibar, I think they're going down, bottom of the table. They're not going to pull off a great escape. I could see Barcelona annihilating them in this game, unfortunately. So I've gone for Barcelona to win and over 1.5 goals at minus 125. I'd happily go for Barcelona over 2.5 goals to push more value, though.
What about Barcelona half-time, full-time, Martin? Do you like that?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah, it might take a little bit of time for them to get warmed up into this game. I guess Eibar will show some fight in the opening stages of the match, but ultimately you would just expect Barcelona's vastly superior quality to shine through. That's why I like combining it with goals.
Okay. First question is Messi a Barcelona player next year, Roman?
I think he will be, honestly, after how everything has been going. We've had doubts and a lot of moments during the season. Of course, he wanted to leave last summer. But after Laporta came in, apparently, and seeing that the team might change its path, they won a title in the Copa del Rey. It was almost right until the end in La Liga. It ended better than maybe he'd hoped at the beginning. I think he'll stay at least one more season to see if they can provide a competitive team and actually fight for the title. So I don't completely discard Messi. I honestly think that he will stay for at least one more season before moving on. And in terms of the game, I mean, Barcelona are obviously the favorite for this one. They don't have the pressure they had in the previous games, where it clearly affected them because they were incapable of winning games they normally would win. And the only thing I see here is that Messi, Pedri won't be playing because they've been given early vacation to rest, because they're going to have important games of the Euro Cup and with Argentina for Leo Messi, etc. And I think there will be some rotations, but overall it'll be the typical side, because Koeman hasn't really brought up too many youngsters from the B team, so he still intends to compete. And possibly being his last game as the manager, he'll want to end it with a win, of course.
Yeah, watch this space at Barcelona.
Who are they going to get if he goes? Who would take over?
As a manager?
Well, there's a list. There's a lot
of rumors, but Xavi is possibly one of the most likely candidates. But of course, there's a lot of rumors saying that Laporta isn't too convinced, that he might not be too prepared yet to take over as manager. We had Hansi Flick, which came out today, but has been already discarded because he said he's going to be the manager for Germany. And also it was talked about Barca's B manager who could come up, but apparently he will keep going there. So it's really strange. Who's going to come on is the biggest question. So there is a slight chance that Koeman may continue, because Barca would have to pay the money they owe him from his contract, and because there isn't really anyone else out there. And honestly, Xavi seems like the only option, or one of the very few ones that are available at a relatively reasonable price, we could say.
Just hands off Mikel Arteta. I know he's a world-class manager, so don't you...
I doubt it very much. Don't worry, you can keep him.
I wouldn't wish that on you.
Okay, let's move on then, because we've got Elche at plus 110, Roman, draw plus 270, and Athletic Club at plus 285. Massive price for the away side. Elche got a win. But at plus 110, would you trust them?
It's hard to say, because Elche haven't been a reliable side. It's true that at home they had been more reliable, but then in a crucial game they had recently, they lost there at home. So it's hard to say, honestly, with Elche. They did impress coming back in the last game they had, and they got a good result, and they're fighting right until the end. And Athletic Club are quite a rocky side. We saw how Real Madrid struggled against them also in getting that win with just a lucky goal from Nacho. And, Athletic Club aren't an easy team, but of course now they're not really fighting for anything, and it's not as motivating to play Elche as it is to play Real Madrid, let's be honest. So I do think Elche have an opportunity here, but I don't see many goals coming in this game, so maybe that could be an angle to look into.
Yeah, that's my angle. I've actually got involved in this game, and I've gone under 2.5 goals in the game, Martin.
Yeah, it sounds interesting, Flash. I guess that's the way to go. If you are betting.
Minus 110 with Bet365.
Yeah, why not? I don't like the look of the outrights because, Athletic Club are a better team than Elche.
Yeah, you don't take Elche at plus 110 ever.
Them as the favourites because they need to win. There's no, if you were going to bet on, the outrights, you'd go for Athletic Club at plus 190 or whatever. That's a very good price. Yeah, but no, I'm passing this game.
Okay, are you passing the next one though? It's Madrid at minus 225, draw plus 430, and Villareal at plus 650. Now Villarreal have been absolutely flying, but they've got the Europa League final on Wednesday against Manchester United. So do we just say, okay, we give this to you, Madrid?
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely give this one to Madrid. Why risk? Why risk injury to key players when? They could sort of sneak above Sociedad or Betis, depending on what happens in the final game of the season. But is it really worth risking injury to key players when you're probably going to lose to Real Madrid anyway, and you've got the biggest game of the season around the corner? Let's not forget, it's midweek. It's not next weekend. It's Wednesday night, the Europa League final. So they really need to preserve their energy for that game. He'll be a hero there if he does win the Europa League for Villareal. That'll be enough to sort of silence all the doubters and be a very, very superb season for the club, really. So Man United obviously huge favourites, but there's certainly a chance that Villarreal could get the better of them. So I would expect him to rest players in this one, definitely. I think Real Madrid could be reasonably cagey. They'll want to win this, but I'm sure they will win it. But I don't think it's going to be 5-0. So I've gone for the old Real Madrid under 4.5 goals, minus 105.
Yeah, I've gone Real Madrid minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap, Roman.
Well, to be honest, I kind of feel there might be an upset here. Because at first, I think that here in the press, they've been talking a lot about the fact that Villarreal will probably rotate. Villarreal is going to play with the worst team. Villarreal is not going to go at 100% because of the final, of course. At the same time, I think that might slightly affect the mentality of the players, thinking, okay, it won't be too much of a complicated game. We'll just go there, we'll get a result, and we'll fight right until the end for the Liga. But at the same time, Villarreal are a very competitive team. They've always had put Madrid under a tight position. They've had really good results against them, and I do think, of course, there will be some rotations, but I wouldn't discard like an 11 that will come completely from the bench. I think some starters from the Wednesday game are going to be on that field, and those who are there, they're going to want to win that game no matter what, because as Martin said, in the end, they are fighting for Europe, and if they lose that final against Manchester United and they don't win this game, they're going to go to that Confederate League or whatever, and that's really not appealing to Villarreal. They want to go to at least to the Europa League, so a win here is crucial for them, and also the fact that they can be competitive and to upset Real Madrid is an extra motivation. So I don't really see it as an easy game for Real Madrid, even though a lot I can understand will see it that way.
Yeah, I think Real Madrid win it comfortably, to be honest. I think the big guns will definitely be rested for Wednesday night.
Oh, and Toni Kroos is not available, also important guy who's
very important. Yeah, is he? Well, good luck to him. Make sure he, let's hope that he makes a speedy recovery. Let's move on. I don't know why this game's even on here. Huesca, minus 155, draw plus 330, Valencia, plus 400. Roman, is this Huesca just because they need, or they're going to have to fight for their lives?
Yeah, I just feel like we're going to see goals in this game. Like, seeing how Valencia have been really going forward in attack in these last few games offensively, they've scored, they've produced a lot, and knowing that Huesca needs goals at the same time to win the game, or at least get a draw if the other teams aren't doing too well, fighting for that relegation position, I'd actually think that we might see goals in this one. So I went for both teams to score in this match.
Not both teams to score, and that's it, and it's not over.
I can't remember actually right now.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I mean, the thing is, probably.
I don't remember if I think I put over 2.5. Both teams to score. Yeah. 2.5 it was.
So there's your Alex Classic, and that's the way I thought you would go, Martin. Valencia, they're going to love it if Huesca come out and it's going to be an end-to-end game.
Yeah, again, I've got nothing on this one, Flash. It's a huge
Because it's
game.
Valencia. Because Valencia are involved. You don't want to know.
Valencia. Not betting on Valencia. I haven't bet on them all season since they let me down a couple of times early on in the campaign. I'm not going to change that on the final day of the season.
Yeah, you did bet on them, didn't you? Like a couple of weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. I was pretty impressed.
Yeah, they let him down again.
They probably lost.
Yeah, or they drew or something like that from being 3-0 up.
Yeah, don't bet on Valencia. Well, I mean, yeah, I think if you are going to bet on them, goals is the way to do it. Both teams to score has paid off a lot when they've come in, so I like that. But I was mainly looking at the outrights when I was choosing my tips, and nothing really grabbed me on this. You can't really be betting on Huesca when they're -155. Again, it's the same with Elche. I know they've got a win, but Valencia are a better team.
They're not all going to win. They're not all going to win.
Exactly. If Valencia turn up, +400 is a huge price on Valencia. But yeah, I agree, Roman. Both teams to score would be the way to go if I was betting on it too.
Okay, I've got a nice bit of value here. If I've read it right, it's Valladolid at +900, draw +460. And Atletico at -290, Martin. Now, I think there's no way that Atletico could afford to go 1-0 down. So I think they start nervy. I think it's a draw at half-time, and that's at +160.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, I could see that. I was looking at half-time, full-time, but yeah, I also was a bit concerned about a nervy start from Atletico Madrid. I know they love to get their noses in front and then defend as if their lives depend upon it, which we could see in this game. But yeah, I think they could be a little bit cautious in the opening stages of the game. It's so difficult to deal with the pressure. I know Atletico have won the league before, but quite a few players have changed since then. Not many remnants from that side. I still think they'll have just about enough to get the job done. I think Atletico Madrid and under 3.5 goals looks good to me. I've gone with that at +105. I think they could maybe win 2-0 or maybe win 2-1. I think it's going to be tense, nervy, tight, but I think they should have just about enough to get the job done and win the league, which would be a terrific achievement.
It would be, but the pressure is mounted and it's got so much bigger, Roman, because they were 10 points clear and this should all be wrapped up and they shouldn't be going to the last game of the season away at Valladolid.
Shouldn't be the case, but this is Atletico de Madrid and that's how they like to win. They don't like to win easy like Real Madrid and get a 20-point margin and just finish the league. No, Atletico like to complicate their lives. But in the end, they usually manage, as we saw last time when they won in the Camp Nou, with that draw. They just got that goal, which was enough to give them the title. And that's their style. So I think it's going to be like this. They're going to win it. It could be a cagey start, as you said. I don't think it will be very comfortable for Atletico. But at the second half, I think it might change a lot because Valladolid need goals. And Valladolid are going to go forward. And they've been terrible defensively. They've been a very, very bad side. And I think Atletico are going to find those goals. So in the end, I even think it might be a big result for Atletico. But overall, they should win this competition, and I think La Liga has to go to Atletico.
Okay, so I think we all fancy Atletico are going to do it, but it's going to be great fun. As long as it's 0-0 or 1-1 at half-time. Now, the final game, Granada +185. Looking forward to Granada next season. Draw +235. Getafe +160. Roman?
Yeah, I went here for Granada because they've had a bad streak of results, but I think they're going to end at home with a win. Getafe have already sealed their permanence or the continuity in the La Liga, so they have not much to fight for, and they haven't been good anyway. They were quite lucky in the end to save themselves and not be fighting for relegation right until the end. I just think Granada are going to close this with a win at home and get the year closed down overall to be a good one, we could say, because they've been very competitive in the Europa League. They've been very competitive in La Liga. I honestly thought at the beginning they would struggle with so many competitions this season, but they proved me wrong. They've been a really brave side, and I think they'll end it in a positive way.
Okay, we love Granada. We've not been too pleased with them this year, Martin, but listen, I look forward to them next year, and I hope that they hit the ground running.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an important summer for both of these clubs because they're seemingly at a bit of a crossroads. Granada were terrific when they came up and impressed everybody, but they've they've really run out of steam for me towards the end of the season. You know, it's understandable. They played so many games this season, and they've had injury problems and stuff. I think they just need more bodies. Like, they just need a deeper squad. Getafe need wholesale overhaul because it's been a shocking season for them. So they need some fresh blood to bring in a fresh new dynamic there. Yeah, I've given up on Granada weeks ago. I'm not betting them.
So let's have a little look then. So let's have a little look who you haven't given up on. Esteban, let's get these picks up, please, mate. Okay, Martin's picks is Celta Vigo, both teams to score and under 4.5 at +115. Barcelona to win and over 1.5 at -125. Real Madrid and under 4.5 goals at -105. And Atletico and under 3.5 at +105. He's thinking the three big guns are going to get it done. Roman's picks Villareal double chance +195. Granada +160. And Huesca Alex Classic at 105 minor. Elche under 2.5 goals in the game at -110. Atletico draw half-time at +160. And Madrid -1.5 on the Asian handicap at +105. Little two-team parlay to end us off. Roman, give us your favourite bet of this weekend in La Liga.
I have to say it's a tough weekend, and I wasn't 100% convinced with all the picks, but I like your one if I can snatch your Atletico half-time.
Of course you can.
I'll take that one.
160, of course. I'll be over the moon for you to
because I went to very risky picks this week, so I don't want to mess the party up.
Ewan goes for risky picks of Celta to win and both teams to score at +1,400.
Well,
by the way, Martin.
Barcelona, it was good. It was good.
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, it was risky, but it came off and everyone was loving it. Martin, give me your second selection, please.
Oh, I'm just feeling so much love from the chat. Just thanking everyone. We're getting some really nice comments. It's been a great season. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support. Loved it. Loved every minute of it. For this one, I'll have to go for. I will have to go for Barcelona, even without Messi. Griezmann often shines when Messi's absent. He takes that central role. I think Barcelona and over 1.5 goals against Eibar.
Okay, so Barcelona and over 1.5 and Atletico draw half-time. Remember, +160. That's absolutely massive. Now, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means that you'll be notified and you not miss any of the content. And you press a link in the description to take you over to all the articles on every sport covered around the world here at SBR. It gives me time to say thank you to absolutely everyone for all your support, whether it be La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, or even the Premier League, even though the Premier League was an absolute disaster. And obviously the horse racing, NFL, NBA, NCAA-B, NCAA-F, UFC, everything, every single sport that we cover here, that you support, really, really appreciate it. And I hope to see you all again soon. You take care.
It's been beautiful, Flash.
Bye-bye, guys. It's been a pleasure.